What I love is knowing that I can change lives. What I love is sharing the possibilities of what tomorrow has to offer. What I love is being the example of being a Brooklyn girl who parents are immigrants, who parents separated when she was in middle school. You know, I just think I exemplify a lot of those things that may be considered a struggle in life, but still I was able to succeed. So I started off at Wagner as a nursing major. Professor O'Hare, at the time, who's now Dr. Lauren O'Hare, I remember sitting with her, it might have been my junior year, and she, said to me, Nadia, you may want to think about education or psychology. And it wasn't an easy transition. I mean, I think I felt like I disappointed my mom, and I felt like maybe I was disappointing all of the professors who had really supported me to get through the program. But I knew that in order to be a nurse, what I was really taught at Wagner is that you have to love it. And then I had my own child. It was 2001, and I realized that I want to be the very thing that I saw for myself when I was a kid, for her. I want to be that educator who really instills greatness. I want to be the person who's going to push her when she doesn't feel like she's at her best. And I went into the New York City Teaching Fellows. Jody Clanton, who's a graduate of Wagner as well, she was a teaching fellow, and Jody was like, you should apply. So it's so funny how, if I look back now, how Wagner really impacted me even beyond. It was the friendships and the relationships that I forged along the way that helped me get to the next step that I'm at now. So the idea behind the Kickstarter came from Humans of New York, Brandon Stanton. When he met my scholar Vidal and asked him who inspired him, he said Ms. Lopez. That created an internet sensation that went global. Brandon found me through Facebook and decided he was going to come visit the school. And once he did that, he realized there's a school that has scholars and adults who really care about this community and want to see this success. He came back for 2 days, and then he finally said, well, what do you want to do? And what will be your ultimate goal? And I said, I want them to actually be able to visit Harvard. Brandon said, well, how much would it cost? And I said, well, for an overnight trip, it'll cost about $30,000. So he said, okay, let's round it off, and let's do $100,000. Sure, if that's what you want to do, Brandon. And he says, okay. He launched it probably 11 o'clock, I think, on the Thursday. And then 45 minutes later, one of my staff members told me, Ms. Lopez, we made it. And I couldn't even conceptualize what he was saying. I couldn't even process, because I was like, what did we make? And he was like, we made the $100,000. And I was like, it's 45 minutes, I don't even understand. He was like, no, we made it. And then by 6 o'clock that evening, we had made $300,000. And so it was the realization that there were people just beyond me that really wanted the kids to succeed and wanted them to have this opportunity for them to see that there were no limits to where they can go, and that money shouldn't be the one thing that stops them. Because it also then says about kids and the choices that they make for college, that oftentimes they don't apply because they just believe that there's not enough money available, without doing the research to find out whether there's scholarships or an endowment that would allow them to go. And so it gave context to why my hard work is valuable, and it validated that. You have to be selfless and want to just say, it's not about the money, it's about the children. The smiles, the hugs, walking into classrooms and seeing them work, walking into a building where it's clean, feeling safe in my own environment, dispelling the myths that exist about Brownsville. It's small things. It's never something big. So that really keeps me motivated, because if not me, then who? Right? That's how I feel.